day, my beloved STEM Legend learners. Welcome to the first episode for Quarter 2 here in Senior High Tech TV. I'm glad you are here to join me in learning today. I am your Earth Warrior buddy, Teacher Ernest, and together we will discover the amazing world of Earth Science.
Have you ever been into places where you can see beautiful rock formations from the mountains, rivers, and even in the beachside? Rocks can be seen everywhere we go. Do you wonder how these awesome rock formations actually formed?
We will discover the answer as we go on with our discussion for today.
But before that, let us check if you can identify these beautiful places in the Philippines gifted with amazing rock formations. Let's go! Picture number 1. Is it letter A, Kapurpurawan Rock Formation, or letter B, Biri Rock Formation? You're right! That is the famous Kapurpurawan Rock Formation in Ilocos Norte. Picture number 2. Is it letter A, Alapod Rock Formation, or letter B, Nakabuang Arch Rock Formation? Very good! That is the most famous Nakabuang Arch Rock Formation in Sabtang, Batanes. Picture number 3. Is it letter A, Apo Island Rock Formation, or letter B, Animasola Island Rock Formation? Yes, that is the stunning Animasola Island Rock Formation in Animasola Island in Masbate.
Seems like you are excited with our lesson for today.
At the end of the lesson, you are expected to define weathering, differentiate physical and chemical weathering, and determine the factors that affect the rate of weathering. Weathering is the breaking down or dissolving of rocks and minerals on the surface of the earth. Weathering is a fundamental earth process. Weathering changes rocks from the hard state to become much softer and weaker, making them easily eroded.
How rocks undergo weathering? Rocks may undergo physical or mechanical and chemical weathering. Number 1 is physical or mechanical weathering.
Physical or mechanical weathering is the disintegration of rocks, breaking them into smaller pieces due to any force, may be natural or anthropogenic, without altering its composition, by Guzman et al. In 2016.
Processes in physical or mechanical weathering includes number 1, frost wedging.
Frost wedging, or also called freeze-thaw, is a repeated freezing and thawing of water found in the cracks of rocks, called joints, pushes the rock to the breaking point.
Number 2, salt crystal growth.
Enough build-up of salt crystals left behind in pore spaces or cracks of rocks as water evaporates can cause the rock to expand and eventually break apart.
Number 3 is abrasion.
Abrasion is a wearing away of rocks by colliding particles.
Number 4, exfoliation.
Exfoliation is a reduced pressure on igneous rock, causes it to expand and allows slabs of outer rock to break off in layers. By Tarbuk, Lutgens, and Tasa in 2014.
Number 5, biological activity.
Animals, microbes, and plants as agents of mechanical weathering, such as application of pressure on rocks by burrowing animals.
The second type of weathering is chemical weathering.
Chemical weathering is the decomposition of rocks involving chemical reactions causing change in their chemical makeup as influenced by low pressure, low temperature, and the water and oxygen-rich nature of the Earth's surface by Guzman et al. In 2016.
The processes in the chemical weathering include number 1, dissolution or carbonation.
Dissolution or carbonation is a dissociation of molecules into ions. Example is the dissolution of calcite and salt, and removal of rock by acidic rainwater in solution, especially dissolved carbon dioxide containing rainwater, weathers the rock.
Number 2, oxidation.
Oxidation happens when rock break down by oxygen and water, often giving a rusty-colored weathered surface to iron-rich rocks.
Number 3, hydrolysis.
Hydrolysis happens when acidic water breakdown of rock producing clay and soluble salts.
And number 4, biological activity.
Biological processes of plants, animals, and microbes such as the production of organic acid by plant roots that help dissolve minerals in rocks or microorganisms that consume minerals on rocks.
There are factors that affect the type, extent, and rate at which weathering takes place. Number 1 is the climate.
Warm climates affect by chemical weathering, while cold climates affect by physical weathering. Chemical weathering is more pronounced with the moisture content, higher temperature, and water by Shambabi in 2020.
Number 2 is the mineral composition.
Mineral in a rock may readily react with acids, water, and oxygen. For example, limestone can be severely acted upon by mild acidic rainwater, while granite, which contains silica, remains unaffected by such agents by Shambabi in 2020.
Number 3, rock structure.
Soft and those highly fractured rocks easily undergo weathering than solid crystalline rocks that are quite compact and very resistive to weathering by Guzman et al. In 2016.
Number 4, topography.
Physical weathering occurs more quickly on a steep slope than a gentle one. On the other hand, chemical weathering is enhanced on a gentle slope. Water may stay longer in contact with the rocks by Guzman et al. In 2016.
And number 5, time.
Duration of time for which a rock is exposed to weather determines the extent of weathering by Shambabi in 2020. According to Guzman et al. In 2016, the length of exposure to agents of weather determines the degree of weathering of rock.
Now we have already discovered how rocks undergo weathering. Let us check your understanding by doing this activity called Picture Me. I will show you a picture and your task is to identify if it is a physical or chemical weathering. Bring out your pen and your quiz notebook and let's start the ball rolling. Are you ready? Picture number 1. Is it a physical or chemical weathering?
You're right, the answer is physical weathering.
Picture number 2. Is it a physical or chemical weathering?
You're right, the answer is chemical weathering.
Picture number 3. Is it a physical or chemical weathering?
Correct, the answer is physical weathering.
Picture number 4. Is it a physical or chemical weathering?
Correct, the answer is chemical weathering.
And picture number 5. Is it a physical or chemical weathering?
Very good, the answer is physical weathering. To sum up, weathering is very important to human life since it helped us describe the formation of various landforms that lead to formation of building materials like clay and remnant of weathered rock like granitic tors, which in turn serve as tourist attractions.
Congratulations, my dear STEM Legend learners! I hope that you learned a lot today. Once again, I am your energetic teacher saying, eagerness to learn will lead you in the fulfillment of your dreams. See you in the next episode!